Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're doing our best to dodge a bunch of random 1-800 numbers that just won't stop calling us, as Running, playing as the Sicilians in red, prepares to take on Mr. Yo, playing as the blue Ethiopians. Now while the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate and closed off surroundings and try to go up to feudal and castle as fast as possible, let's take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. The Sicilians, very much a civ whose strength derives and flows from their static defensive structures. What I mean by that, take a look at the top left of your screen. The Sicilians do start the game with 100 extra stone, which is amazing because they do build castles 50% faster than normal and town centers twice as fast as normal. Now, starting in Feudal Age, the Sicilians can also build their unique structure. Let's take a look, make sure he doesn't lose control of his deer. I'm talking about the donjon. Think of this as a mini castle that actually gains HP and armor as the game progresses, and starting in Castle Age does shoot multiple arrows even when ungarrisoned. Now the donjon, much like the Bulgarian Krepos, can be used to train the Sicilian unique unit, the Sergeant, a medium infantry unit with great base armor and whose HP actually increases in Castle Age, and is one of the only two actually unique units in the game that can be trained in Feudal Age. And by the way, the Sergeant, in addition to being able to be trained out of a donjon, can also build and repair donjons. Now, unlike the Bulgarian Krepos, the donjon can also be used to train spearmen, pike, etc. Those spearman line units, if you want to call them, and can also count as a prerequisite building in order to go into stables and archery ranges, meaning that the Sicilians, one of the only two civs, I believe, that can skip the building of a barracks in order to get a stable or an archery range. I leave it to you to let me know in the comments below what's the other civ, unless there's more than two. I think there's only two. In any event, by far the coolest feature, in my opinion, of the Sicilians, oh my god, the Sicilians, is their ability to call a first crusade, where each and every one of their town centers, up to a maximum of 5, spawns 5 sergeants, meaning 25 extra units appear and are ready and able and willing to cause death and mayhem all over the map. Now, the sergeants, much like all infantry, are susceptible to archer fire, so to help protect them on the field of battle, Sicilian knights and cavaliers can be upgraded to get extra armor. All Sicilian infantry, cavalry, and archer units take 33% less bonus damage than usual, and all Sicilian units can be upgraded to be more resistant to conversion. Now, to feed their hungry big population, Sicilians do have the best farms in the game, and what I mean by that is every time a farm upgrade is researched in this adorable little unit, it more than doubles the amount of food added to a farm. So a fully maxed out Sicilian farm in Imperial comes with 1,019 food. I repeat, 1,019 food, which is pretty darn bonkers. Now to the south, we've got the Ethiopians, played by Mr. Yo in blue, a civilization, man oh man, have we seen it recently, designed to kill its opponents as fast as possible. Ethiopian foot archers are the fastest firing foot archers in the game. Their onagers, scorpions, rams, and bomber cannons can all be upgraded to have a bigger blast radius, and their unique unit, the Shotel warrior, we've seen him recently, a fast, incredibly powerful, but kind of fragile when it comes to HP infantry unit that trains in only 4 seconds once you upgrade to the elite form. Now, to help strengthen their army on the field of battle, both their Shotel warriors and their camel units can be upgraded to take less bonus damage from each and every mounted unit in the game, both melee and ranged. So a pretty cool little feature that the developers added, I believe, in the penultimate patch, or maybe the one before that. In any event, economically, to support their military endeavors, Ethiopians do get 100 food and 100 gold for free whenever they go up to the next age. So once Mr. Yo clicks up in the next, 30, 40, 14 food, we'll take a look at his resources and see his gold jump from 100 to 200. They also get the pikeman upgrade for free, which saves them about 300 resources. And the Ethiopian economy is much harder to raid because, like we saw in the previous game with Ethiopians, man, do their outposts come with a big boost to their line of sight and don't cost any stone. For now, Mr. Yo, first heading up to Feudal Age, let's take a look at the resources. Unlike an open map, what we care about on an enclosed map like Arena, like Fortress, etc., is how close are some of the resources to the walls, because this makes them very, very susceptible to ranged unit fire, whether it's archers, whether it's siege, whether it's structures of any kind. This stone pile is very exposed. Unfortunately, here for Mr. Yo, his other stone pile is also located here. So if our Sicilian decides to put any kind of pressure on this stone, Mr. Yo's next available stone is here. And who the hell wants to go that far off campus just to mine some stone? So something for Mr. Yo to be aware of. By the way, has his opponent seen? Yes, he has. Running has seen the location of this stone and this stone. All the other resources of Mr. Yo are nice and secure in the back and in the kind of middle of his base over here in this cute little Tetris piece. Running, stone far from the walls, gold far from the walls. And as always, the players do delete their walls. Let me know in the comments below, why do they do this? I don't understand. I get that you want some space, etc. By the way, Mr. Yo hitting feudal. Take a look at his resources. 100 gold jumped up to 100. I think it was 600 something food jumped up to 700 and is now 800. But let's get back to running. Gold secure in the back, stone a little bit off campus, and or rather not, what am I talking about off campus? A little bit in this forward position, but firmly in campus. What is off campus, my brain got a little bit ahead of itself, is this gold and stone in arena. Everyone does start with 2 mineral patches, gold and stone outside of their walls. Mr. Yo here to the northeast, to the northwest as well. I've heard all the arguments for why players demolish these walls. You know, open up space, etc. But do you really need to? Or is it just something that they do? Because does that wall really hinder anything? Unless you decide to build a town center right here. But when you do, then make the decision to demolish the walls. Why at the 11-minute mark, at the 10-minute, 9-minute, sometimes even at the 1-second mark of the game, after they queue up their villagers, build their houses, and send their scout to run around, then they demolish those walls? I don't know. Not too sure. Even players who play Goths and Cumans who don't have walls and need every single brick available to them do that. But I'm going to end my rant right here. Let me know in the comments below. Again, I know it's the classic argument that it's a space thing, and if you want to build a town center or farms, whatever, I just don't think it's necessary to do it as early as the players do it. That sounded so weird. The players do it. By the way, this gate, how useless is this gate? Look at this. These trees are blocking the exit. Oh my goodness. Blue has seen all 5 relics. Red has seen 1, 2, 3, and just now got a little peek just around the tip of the 4th. Mr. Yo, first to castle. We know what that means. It means the monasteries are coming out. Some of you might be getting tired of me constantly repeating myself in arena maps, but I'm going to do it anyway because I like to hear the sound of my own voice. In arena, my view, my opinion, these games generally follow a 3-part meta. Uh-oh. Where are you going, villagers? Do you manage to get a few whacks at that scout, who's now surrounded-ish? Oh, he gets a villager. First blood here goes to Mr. Yo, who manages to get a villager, but the scout has 1 more swipe in him. Has to be so careful. Pray that the pathing gods of Age of Empires don't screw him here. Pikemen moving forward. Remember, they get that upgrade for free immediately, so their barracks can start pumping out pikemen left, right, and center. Will Running fall for the trap? No, he does not. By his choice, or by the fact that the gate closed behind Mr. Yo, I don't know, but decides to save the scout. In any event, you guys have heard me say this before. I think enclosed maps generally follow 3. Ooh, what is this? 2 monasteries in the incredibly aggressive position. Second town center for a Sicilian. Look how fast. This is 2 villagers, by the way. Want to bet it finishes building before these 4 villagers, even though, I mean, it did get a head start. But in any event, I'm going to stop interrupting myself. Stage 1, there's usually 3 stages of an arena map. Stage 1, the players rush up to castle, which we've seen them do right now. We're at the 15-minute mark of the game, 16-minute mark. Both players are in Castle Age. Second stage is they fight over these lighter-than-air golden relics. Once all 5 relics are collected, stage 2 ends, and stage 3 begins, where the players just start building armies, exploring the map, exploding onto the map, and trying to beat the ever-living snot out of each other, which is, quite frankly, my favorite stage. So, that being said, look at this little nook he created for the monk. Adorable, a little alleyway. This is a very, very Sicilian I haven't been to Sicily. It's definitely on my bucket list, but pictures from friends' trips and pictures just online show a lot of adorable winding little streets and very romantic things like that. And so this is actually very Sicilian. If you've been to Sicily, let me know if I'm just full of shit and just making stuff up. But no, it does actually look very adorable and super duper fun. And the weather is nice and the food is great. And Italy in general, just an amazing place to visit. Okay, 2 relics here for Mr. Yo. Looks like there is 1 relic somewhere that has been taken. There it is. So we're going 2-1 for our Ethiopian. Now, generally in the second stage of the game where they fight over the relics, there's a lot more light cav, scout cav activity. The players here deciding to take a bit of a relaxed approach here. No one is really sniping monks, even though it does look like our Sicilian is looking out for monks. I mean, he's not really... doesn't really seem to care that much since he's got the relics right here in front of him. And so both players going for the relics that were closest to them, a very middle of the road siege workshop here. By the way, very exciting matchup. You know, and I don't say that sarcastically. I mean, Sicilians have some of the funnest units in the game. The Sergeant, like I said, is a medium infantry unit, but the fact that its base armor is a 4, and then, by the way, for both, I think it's 3-3 in or 3-3 in Feudal, and then 4-4 once it's elite, or something like that. It jumps from 3-3 to 4-4. If you're looking for specificity and details like that, this is definitely not the, the channel for you. But a base melee, a base pierce of 4. Why did he delete both? Interesting. Okay. Maybe he figured one would get converted and the other one would absolutely not kill this monk at all. These guys are definitely going to kill monk with 3 swipes of their sword. Oh, sour loss of 200 gold there for our Sicilian. Sicilian siege also amazing. But speaking of amazing siege, Ethiopians with torsion engines, come on. Oh no, 300, 400 gold down the shitter here for our Sicilian. All of a sudden, what the hell? Mr. Yo's kill count has jumped up 5-0. Besides, who doesn't ever want to see Shotel warriors popping out? Who doesn't want to see Ethiopians with the new, the Royal Heirs upgrade? Remember when Royal Heirs upgrade made their Shotel warriors train in 4 seconds? Now they automatically train in 4 seconds once they hit elite. Look at the dodging. Look at the dodging of the light cav. Oh my god, saved the monk. That's what happens when you attack light scout cav with light cav. The light cav kick their butts left, right, and center. But in any event, I'm very excited. I haven't actually seen, I don't think, the new Royal Heirs upgrade. Remember how I mentioned Shotel warriors and Ethiopian camels actually can take less damage from any ranged unit, whether it's a melee like these guys, or rather not these guys, but I was going to point to Red's cavalry, but Red doesn't have any cavalry left. Let's say Red had a knight out. I would point at that knight and say that kind of melee unit, or if Red had any kind of cav archer, I would point to that cav archer and say that kind of unit ranged. Haven't really seen the Royal Heirs upgrade in the games that I've casted. Maybe you have. Maybe anecdotally I'm just not watching the right games. But look at this. Monk inside is in jeopardy, clinging to his relic. And all of a sudden, what the hell? 5 light cav with no upgrades have just showed up. I mean, they have husbandry, but aside from that, no attack or defensive upgrades. Pikemen being prepared by our Sicilian. And 5 should be able to shoo this away. I mean, maybe not with a monk. How many are there now? 6. We're 7. And now there's only 6. But enough to shoo this away. You do not want to engage pikemen with light cav. A fundamental principle. Oh god, he did it 1 tile too close. Did Mr. Yo. Maybe he wants his opponent to know I'm keeping an eye on you. A watchful eye of Sauron. Looks like the monk did end up going down here for our Ethiopian at the same time. The slowest, least aggressive battle here going on between 2 pike. And there you go. Sicilian siege is out. No Ethiopian siege, but They don't need siege when there's this many light cav. They can run around. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I got too cocky with these light cav, expecting too much from them. Now building a house. This is, by the way, a very thin piece of forest separating the outside world from the Sicilian settlement. That might be a bit of an issue. And take a look at this. What did I mention earlier? If these 3 mangonels just pivot south, oh, okay. Mr. Yo knows that this is an exposed area. He knows he needs to defend this stone. Otherwise, he is SOL. What are you guys looking for, monks? There's no monks here, only pikes and death. Will the houses see this? Probably not. No, they might see the tip. Yeah, they see it. Fascinating. By the way, take a look at Mr. Yo's vision. Oh, those Ethiopian outposts are so ridiculous. They're just so freaking ridiculous. Look at this craziness. What will beat out what? Oh my god, the pike. What's the attack speed on these? 3, that's why. Attack speed 2. That's why he just lost 2 monks and only 1 scout. Or light cav, whatever you want to call it. Oh, glad we got that on camera running. Didn't really want to enter into that choke point of death. Okay, attack rounds. I don't think those were even attack rounds. I think they were just attacking. Period. Eichmann finds the housing placed there by our Ethiopian, who is building now more housing, more scouting for monks. But there are no more monks here. Now it's just structures. Oh, no, villager, be careful. Okay, never mind. She's got an escort of 2 pikemen, and now the shotels are out. We're going up to 9 shotels. You don't know the stats of this unit. You don't know why we get super duper excited about it. Take a look at the bottom left of your screen. Look at that base attack. Oh, that was awesome. That was amazing here by running. I told you guys, Sicilian siege. I mean, not that there's anything special particularly about these mangonel, but later on, their siege is just so powerful. We've seen the damage that Hera can do with it. They're just basically missing bombard cannons. But again, take a look at the base stats of these Shotel warriors. How impressive are they? 1.32 movement speed, 16 base attack. But like I said, glass cannon, very fragile, 0 base armor of any kind, 45 HP only. Oh my god, you don't see it every day. First Crusade. I'm gonna zoom out. I know there's action happening everywhere. I will put that. Actually, no, we got 38 seconds. Why zoom out? So he's gonna lose control of a relic here. Will our Sicilian. The only thing is, Mr. Yo, who usually has a monk, the monk is down south, converting a pike. Mr. Yo, the master at pinching relics. And here we go. Let's zoom out. Let's keep an eye on these town centers. Oh, sergeant's base armor of 3. Take a look at how tanky that unit. You know, the Huskarl has, you know, the crazy pierce armor. The Boyar has the crazy melee. The Teutonic Knight has crazy everything. But these guys are just so much fun. I didn't respect these units a lot, you know, when I first started casting. I was very dismissive of them. But lately, the more I see of them, I just think they're fantastic. And by the way, this is not even the fully upgraded. Take a look. Oh, here we go. In 20 seconds, once they're elite. We'll see how long this siege lasts. Red is needs to start spending some stone to repair this. But take a look at their base stats. Now, oh my god, 4-4. 85 HP, base attack of an 11. That is just crazy. Well, we'll do the math. You guys know how much I love to do math. Now, these guys are elite as well. But take a look at their base melee. 0. Craziness. Let's see it. Oh my god. We saw Shotels versus Wodes. Now we're seeing Shotels versus Sergeants. Oh, why are you fighting in front of the castle? Now we can only see outlines on the left side. But so far, oh my god. The unit that attacks on a base of an 18 is getting destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Their HP is shite. Their armor is shite. The sergeants are here. That 7 melee armor is ensuring that These Shotels are going to get absolutely wrecked, and now they can attack this castle, probably with a building bonus. Everything has a building bonus, +3, not bad. And they're also, by the way, not fully upgraded. A few of them get caught out here. Shotels trying to catch small packs of them, not a bad idea. Might need a lot more Shotels. Both players getting Blast Furnace. If you are going melee in your game and you hit Imperial, make sure you've got the resources to get Blast Furnace as soon as possible, especially if you're planning on massing units, because it takes 100 seconds to research that upgrade. Shotel seem to be doing a good job with Castle Fire support, but without Castle Fire, they are getting wrecked here. We'll do the math at the end, but oh my goodness, I'm just having way too much fun right now. Castle, or Donjon rather, attacking that one cocky outpost. The castle does fall from what? From 2 trebs to the north. Oh my god, do you see a single? No, you see 1, 2, 3 red bodies. But the Shotels can run circles around these guys, can dodge them, can take favorable engagements because of that. And look at that, running, not paying attention, just wastes 5 or 6 of his sergeants. That being said, does he care? He's got 24 going up to 28. Now they're going to get an arson as well. Our Ethiopian investing in ranged upgrades, likely for his castle. Although this guy has Huskarl adjacent armor. Let's say Huskarl-ish pierce armor with 8 instead of 10. Oh, they're so fast. They're so fast, and they're going to shred these trebs to pieces. They are going to demolish these trebs. so crazy how powerful they are, but he did waste something like 10 of them to get a few trebs. Ooh, I don't know here for Mr. Yo. That was not a great engagement. Shotel warriors are cheap-ish, not cheap. 50 food, 30 gold. So wasting 10 of them is about 800 resources, which is exactly the resources of 2 trebs. So never mind. I guess that was a pretty even trade, assuming there were 10 of them. And look at them building. Look at them building. When's the last time you saw a military unit build something? Those shields, those Byzantine-style shields on their backs. I don't know what they're called when they're in the shape of that teardrop almost, I want to say. Shotel's cleaning up to the right. Sergeant's cleaning up to the left. And we're going to see another engage underneath the donjon. Damn. This is an absolute fantastic game, if I may say so myself. Shotel's again catching. This is what running has to be careful of. I think head-to-head, his unit seems to be the better one. Again, we'll do the math after the game is over. I just don't want to miss an engage by going down a rabbit hole of mathematics. By the way, I had to build a second gate here because this one is completely useless with these 2 rainforest trees just blocking the path. But one thing, again, that our Sicilian has to be careful of is doing this. Throwing away 7, 8, 9, 10 of these units just to get swarmed and swamped by the Shotels. 9 kills on this band. Oh, now they're going to get into the villager line as well. Fully upgraded at this point, right? Yeah, 22 attack. Yikes. What is our Sicilian building behind us? Nothing but sergeants. Fully upgraded 7 melee attack on a 15. Take a look at that bonus against building now, 5. Which means if these 52 surround this castle, every time they attack, it's 260 extra bonus damage. Basically, they've turned these sergeants into bombard cannons, into Haufnitzes with their 250 attack bonus against structures. But here we go. I'm not sure Arbalest is really the right way here against a unit with 8 pierce armor. Arbalests don't really have any relevant bonuses here, I don't think. Right? Building spearmen. Yeah, I don't think these count as spearman line units. Which is why they're having a hell of a time. Look at how many freaking how many arrows they need. But look, if any Arbalest is going to take down these sergeants, it is the machine gun Arbalests of the Ethiopians. Shotels to the north will die underneath these 2 donjons surrounded themselves. Oh, he gets himself into a nice corner here. Look at the firing rate. 1.4. These are Mangadai. Ethiopians 18% faster firing rate for their foot archers. Are they, by the way, fully upgraded? Yes, they are in terms of attack, getting a second armor upgrade. Architecture as well. He knows those sergeants come with a nice attack bonus against buildings, so he's trying to make his building as strong as possible. Ballistics being researched as well. So both players doing the best they can to shore up their defensive structures. They've carved the map out pretty interestingly. Red has kind of jutted out, has taken down the first castle here. There's now another castle. 3 Trebs are about to make an issue of it. But here we go. Shotels and Arbalests versus Sergeants. Shotels try to deke around to the north. What the hell is that for? Oh no, the Shotels closed on the Trebs. Torsion engines? Yes, torsion engines. 0.9 area of effect range. But the Sergeant just has so much freaking longevity because of its armor. Oh, but a few big old balls to the face are going to change that. And look at him engaging into alleyways underneath a castle. Does our Sicilian have anything to attack the castle with? No, he does not. Mr. Yo has played this quite well. He's basically nullifying all of the advantages of the Sergeant by entering into little alleys with his Arbalests, picking off smaller groups of Shotels, charging into those Trebs over here. Another Treb moves forward though. 43 Sergeants remain. But I wonder if running is just wasting too many of these randomly here in these attacks. Last one here does die, and now the attack remains, moves. The theater of war moves solely to the center of the map, where a donjon is under siege at the same time a relief Treb arrives. Mr. Yo has enough stone here to build another castle and to repair this castle. Is he using his Trebs? Okay, I thought he was using his Trebs for the to attack the bombards there. I don't know what the hell the point of that volley was, but that Treb is done. Sergeants, they're not the quickest moving units, which exposes them to bombards. Shotels intercept, giving these Arbalests a chance to engage. Are there enough Arbalests to one-shot these Sergeants now? Does seem like it. Man, running here is just running around with his Sergeants, no pun intended. And now his army supply is dropped to 36. Both have a very similar, very almost identical villager count. And no more Sergeants to the front here, but... Oh, I was going to say there's another Treb, but no, it gets sniped immediately. Oh my god, how much HP on this bombard? 1? 2? Oh man. You know, usually it's Mr. Yo who does the meme builds where he finds one type of unit and then doubles down on it. This time it's running, going up to 40 Sergeants. I talked up the Sicilian siege quite a lot. Shotel keeping an eye on this gate to make sure nothing escapes from this area. And running just decides, I have nothing to engage into you. You keep swarming me, outplaying me in terms of maneuvering. And even though he technically has the, I would say the better unit here, 39 Sergeants against 49 Arbs. The problem is, I think if these... you know, Mr. Yo's just proven himself to, you know, dodge, deke, I want to say, these units. They're so slow moving, and even though, look how beautiful they are lined up like this, with their one commander probably dressing them down, telling them you've retreated. There are 10 balls in a sack. One of the balls is black. Everyone picks a ball, and the one who picks the black ball gets decimated by the other 9, Roman style. But that is neither here nor there. What a super fun game. Even though at the end of the day, these the lack of maneuverability of the Sicilians really hurt running, and he has no cavalry follow-up, barely has any wood. I mean, if he had a few stables and he started producing some knights, some you know, maybe even some cavaliers with hauberk, adds a bit of extra armor to them, makes them kind of tanky against these Arbalests, maybe even skirmishers. But look at his infrastructure. Let's take a look. What did he actually have? He went full on Sergeants with 7 donjons, 2 barracks, just the 1 castle, and literally nothing else unless I'm missing. Do you guys see an archery range? Do you see a stable? Do you see anything? Running, doubling down on this unit ultimately gets completely demolished. And look at Mr. Yo, heavy Scorpion. Oh, would have loved to see that take down 10 of these at once. Always love to see units getting gunned down. By the way, let's do the math now that these guys are both fully upgraded. Attack on a 22. Armor of 7. First of all, let's check bonuses. Building, Eagle, everything. Anyone and everyone's got a bonus against an Eagle. But no, never mind. So attack on a 22, defend on a 7 means 15 damage per shot. 85 is what? 6 shots to kill. So the Shotel needs 6 attacks to kill a Sergeant. Sergeant attacks on a 15 minus the 3 armor is 12. And 50 means 5. Oh, just barely over 4, huh? I was going to get all Canadian and go barely over 4, eh? But no, he needs 5. So I got 1-on-1. The Sergeant takes this because of that extra HP. Otherwise, without that extra HP, that Shotel would demolish. But overall, what a fantastic display of maneuverability here by Mr. Yo. Running, like I said, was throwing away way too many Sergeants. A little bit over here, a little bit over here, a little bit over here, chasing Shotel warriors. Mr. Yo was baiting him, luring him with his chum, in this case known as a Shotel warrior. What are you? Also keeping a vision out. Interesting. I wonder if you just forgot about this unit or if that's an actual spotting unit. Was it moving before this? No, it's not moving at all. It's not on patrol or anything. Let's take a look at Mr. Yo's infrastructure. I mean, we know it's much better than Running's. 4 archery ranges, 4 siege workshops, 1 barracks, no stables, of course. Didn't see actually, no, you should have a stables, right? We saw the light cab. What am I missing here? That is a siege workshop. That's a blacksmith. Now I'm just clicking on random buildings. What am I missing? Oh, there. No, that's no. Oh, this is pissing me off so much. Did he lose it? Did it get destroyed? Okay, market, university, blacksmith. Nothing over here. No, there it is. man, the blue awnings, the blue carpets, whatever these are, drapes, confuse the shit out of me. Tell me this doesn't look like a house. It literally looks like this over here. There it is. I knew he had a stable. We saw those light cab out of him. In any event, Mr. Yo literally running circles around our Sicilian, who even though had the better unit, don't even get me started, 8 pierce armor against the Arbalests. Mr. Yo just ran him ragged, destroyed enough clumps of units. Running runs out of gold, runs out of wood, cannot pivot to another unit, even though he has access to knights and cavaliers with hauberk, which makes them super duper tanky and powerful against Arbalests. Remember, the Royal Heirs upgrade only applies to Shotel warriors and camels. These guys still will take full damage from a cavalier or a knight. Let's take a look at the stats. 266 sergeants, 157 Shotels. Both players peaking towards the end of the game as well. Look at Running peaking literally 4 minutes ago. Mr. Yo 6 minutes ago. Mr. Yo's economy must be so much better, no? Okay, only 5,000 or 6,000 difference. Relic gold almost identical after he pinched that one relic. I think it was 3-2. Now it's 2-3. Yeah, look at this max relic. This is not something we see every day. Max relic 3, current relics 2. Let's take a look. Our Ethiopian, more wood, more food, a little bit more gold, and 3 castles worth of stone. So our Ethiopian light years ahead of his opponent here. And there it was. Oh, that first crusade. I love that upgrade. Okay, there was torsion engines about the 40-minute mark. I knew it. Every time you click on a bombard cannon, it goes from 0.5 to 0.9. You know that area effect range jumps to 0.9. You know you've got yourself some torsion engines. By the way, it also affects ballistas. I think it makes the bolt area wider as it passes through buildings. Oh my god, I said ballistas again. My brain. Scorpions. It does affect Scorpions, which he was again getting heavies, even though he didn't have a single one. Take a look at Mr. Yo's resources. With map control comes domination of resources, and now no more gold for running. Does he have any gold inside his base? No, he does not. So running doubled down on the better unit, better in a one-on-one confrontation, but Mr. Yo playing beautifully to the strength of his civilization, running around, maneuvering this incredibly fast unit, putting his archer units into choke points, which running engaged into, and that basically minimized the area of damage that running could do to these units, using these bombard cannons to snipe the trebs and then attack the sergeants themselves with some good attack rounds, and just nothing running can do to engage into this army. And not only can he not engage, he can't build anything that can because he's got no resources. What is he going to do? Build scout cavalry? I don't think he even upgraded to light cav. So in any event, kill count, Mr. Yo about 100 more kills than his opponent, 3 times the villager kills, takes the big W in a super fun matchup of unique units here. I mean, I say unique units, I highlight the Arbalest, not exactly a unique unit. This guy, only 2 left, one in the western edge, one on the eastern edge, both keeping an eye on their enemy while the archers advance mercilessly, closing the grip, the vice is closing on running. He sees it, he knows there's nothing he can do. Take a look at their HP. They're down about 15% of their HP already, and so decides to live to fight another day. Mr. Yo, with the maneuverability, the tactics, the drawing, the picking apart of his enemy, gets the big W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.